Two. Ooh.
Hey, 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 y'all. It's your girl, Constance Carter. Having some technical difficulties. Oh, shoot. You know what? I think we're on the wrong network. Should we be on
Five.
Catalyst? We should be on
Catalyst
Catalyst 5?
5.
Out here? Or should?
Oh, I know over there is
Well,
Catalyst
3
5.
people are looking. 5 people. 6. 6 people.
How's our network, you guys? Hey, why don't you guys comment real quick and tell us how our network is? Because I think we might be having some network problems.
Okay.
Chime in real quick and put in the comment section how we looking, because right now
Let me look at see if
it's saying that my network ain't cool. Let's see. Okay, so we in that one. How's the network? Okay, it's cool, right?
It don't look that bad.
It don't look bad. All right, somebody comment and tell us how the network is. Okay, so we live over there. Let me go live over here. I think. Okay. All right, you guys. What's up? It's your girl Constance Carter, and this is,
Kyle Carter.
and that is,
Angela Mejia.
and that is.
Glenda Owens.
All right. So these are my girlfriends. We're okay. Bank bounce. Thank you for chiming in. These are my girlfriends, and we were just, we were having conversation, and we just love to just chat and just talk about, possibilities and things like that. And I do retreats, and one of the exercises that I do at the retreats is I really want to make people like dig like super deep. And you know what? If you guys want to join us, if somebody wants to join us live, here, let me give you the link, and you can hop on with us as well. Hey, Tanya. Let me get you guys a link so you guys can hop on with this as well, because I want to ask you guys the same questions, right? And this is this game called the Playground of Possibilities. It's a really great where is that? It's a really great it's not a game. It's a really great exercise. So if you want to jump on here, there's the link. But it's a really great exercise because it really allows you to dig really, really, really deep and to kind of go into what will be possible for you if certain things happened. So this is what the card looks like. And again, this is a great this is a great icebreaker, but it really allows people to go deep. And like we've had these at workshops and retreats, and people like would start crying and things like that. And the cool thing about this is what you do is you're supposed to shuffle it, and then everybody gets the card that they're supposed to get. And you have to really honestly answer the question. So Kyle, I'm gonna give you a card. Don't look at it yet. Glenda, I'm gonna give you a card. Angela, I'm gonna give you a card. Todd, that's not cool. That's not nice, Todd. I like voice. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Kyle, you want to start yours?
I want to go last.
You want to go last? Okay. All right, here's my card. Ooh. See, this was for me. It said, what will be possible for me if I trusted that everything is unfolding perfectly? What will be possible for me if I trusted that everything is unfolding perfectly? So this is coming from somebody who's a total control freak.
Man. Sorry. Go ahead.
I need your comments. I am a control freak. I like to control every facet of my life. And the crazy thing about this is I'm actually in a season right now where things are not going the way I normally like them to go. I don't have control. And it's like I'm out in the wilderness. I feel like the children of Israel, when they were out in the wilderness and they like were just kind of roaming for 40 years. No, seriously. I feel like there's a sense for me, and I'm being transparent. There's a sense of like ungroundedness that I've gone through. There's a sense of like lack of focus and direction that I had been experiencing. And it's been frustrating because for so long in my life, I have been in charge. I have been in control. I've known the next step that I was going to take. And to be in a place where I don't know, I have no idea. I don't know what's next. And I have conversations with these ladies about this all the time. Is scary. It's super scary. And like me and Glenda was on the phone last week or the week before last crying. Like, God, when is it going? What? Jesus, God, please get us to where we need to be so we can get out of this wilderness. you know, and so if I trusted that everything is unfolding perfectly, if I trusted that I was where I needed to be for my own good, if I trusted that, I will be more settled. If I trusted that, I would be more at peace. If I trusted the process, I would probably be in a lot better headspace. So I'm getting there. Like I could see like the clouds and the sun peering through the clouds totally. But just being in that space that I've been in, it's been really tough for me because I am, you know, I'm a self-professed control freak and I like to know every move that I'm going to make. And I think that I'm in control, but I think it's really God's way of saying, hey, you was never in control. Now it's your turn to trust me and trust that everything that you're going through is for a reason. It's the season. So, yeah. All right. Who wants to go next?
Youngest next.
What? I said, oh God, I said I wanted to go last, but I guess, okay, it says, what would be possible for me if I trusted that I am safe and guided? Oh, wow. Like, wow, I really needed that. I don't know, not that I needed that, but it's like it read my life because I'm a very anxious person. And like, I always want to know what's next. Like, I'm very, and it causes me not to be present most of the time. It causes me to always be in my head because I'm too worried about what's next or what I think about to say, things like that. Like, I'm a very anxious person, and it's saying what would be possible for me if I trust that I'm safe and guided. I would probably just definitely be more at peace, honestly. Like, I probably would be more present. I probably would be more just probably in a better headspace too, because there'd be a lot that'd be going on in my mind 24/7. And it's, if that was me, you know, if I continue, what I need to do is continue to trust that. And I do start doing things to help me do that. Like, I'm praying a lot more. I'm journaling, do inner work with myself. So I can be less anxious. But yeah, that was a good card.
It was for you. So
was
these
for me.
cards are pretty cool because they're called the playground of possibilities, and they talk about what will be possible if certain things happen. And again, when we do retreats, I open up with this every time, every day, every morning before we start the.
These are like tarot cards because
No, they're not. But the thing about it is the card that you get really relates to you.
yeah, that's what tarot
specifically.
cards are.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
why I'm saying they're like tarot cards, because tarot cards like read you like a book.
And they relate to you specifically in
Mhm.
what you're going through. And so when I'm doing a retreat in Costa Rica next June, and so this is going to be one of the exercises that we do. But we're gonna have a lot of cool people there, and it's going to be a lot of transformational work that'll get you from stuck to possibilities. And starting with the playground of possibilities, this is a great exercise to even start you there. So who's going to go next?
Okay.
Glinda.
What would be possible? What
Speak
would
up a
be
little bit.
possible for me if we just talked about this? I paid attention to the lesson of this very moment.
What will be possible for me if I paid attention to the lesson of this very moment? Ooh.
I think I'll probably be a nicer person. I would be able to move forward with a lot of things in my life. If I paid attention, I think I do pay attention. I just don't get it.
What do you mean?
Like, remember, I was like, I told you, I was like, I know there's a lesson in this. I know everything that we're going through, there's a lesson in this. I just don't know what the lesson is. So if I paid attention, I probably would know what the lesson was.
But what are you focused on?
The negative of what's in the lesson.
The negative of what's going on.
Of what's going on. Yeah.
But if you paid attention, then you would probably know what the lesson is, why you're going through what you're going through. So what do you need to do differently so that you can figure that piece out?
Which everybody tells me every day, stop being so negative on everything. I go to the negative first. And And I think it's just my protection. So I go negative first. And if I just sit back and let happen what needs to happen, I think I would know the lesson.
Tanya said it's been a little bit more time with God and he will give you your answer. I love that. And the thing about it, Glenda, is Glenda doesn't go negative for everybody else. She's positive for everybody else.
Mhm.
She only goes negative
For
internally for herself.
Internally.
Yeah.
True.
So like she's
Externally, yeah, she is.
she's the glue.
Yeah.
Glenda is our glue.
She's everybody's cheerleader.
She's everybody's
But
cheerleader.
she's not her own.
So we got to be Glenda's cheerleader.
Yeah.
But what if Glenda was her own cheerleader?
That's true.
How far would you get?
Mm.
How much more confusion would be gone in your life?
Instead of relying on other people.
Mm-hmm. Because you're pouring, you're trying to give to yourself what you can't give to yourself because there's nothing there, but you're gonna have to fill yourself up and get filled. Just like she said, spend a little bit more time with God so that he can give you that, so that you can have it yourself. I love that.
Yeah,
Glenda is my assistant. She's been with me for 14 or 15 years. How long, Glenda?
14.
14 years. And she's been the glue. She's been by me through everything that that I've done in building the business. And she's been right beside me. Like she's like my I would say she's the Aaron to my Moses. Like when I get weak, she holds up my hand and she makes sure that I keep going. When I don't want to go, she makes sure I keep going. And that's why she's everybody else's cheerleader. But she needs to be her own. I'm her cheerleader too. So, all right. Angela.
What would be possible for me? If
We at work. we at Catalyst right now.
I did it, even if I felt afraid.
Say it one more time.
I'm trying to catch between. What would be possible for me if I did it, even if I felt afraid? I think I would get more accomplished. I really try to work on. God didn't give us the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. But it doesn't always happen that way. I think the unknown, especially God deals with me on faith, a lot of trust factors. Do you trust me? Regardless of how you look, how it looks, regardless of how it feels, or regardless of what you think people think of you. So I think if I was not fearful and second guessing, that I would get a lot more things accomplished. I think I would be the ideas that are given to me would really transpire instead of them just being ideas. I would be more like you, an executor, because God drops a lot of things in my head, but it's just like, you don't have the tools or the mind or the smarts to do it, and that's not true. So just walking things out. Today, this morning I was like, I thought about it. Nothing takes God by surprise.
True.
He already knows what we're going through. We don't know, but he's not like, oh my God, I didn't expect that. Like it's a scary movie. He doesn't jump like that. He's like, get on my level pretty much. So I think that's what I have to, I've been telling myself, you know what, this isn't taken by surprise. Just, keep going, don't be just like a scary movie. They're afraid. Don't be afraid like that. This is your season. Like we've been saying.
So what are you going to do differently now?
Well, it's that saying, how do you eat an elephant? A little bite at a time. So
I want specific action items.
Well, so that's what I was going to say. Just when I focus on something, when something is given to me, doing the research, kind of delegating, bringing people in. I find myself oftentimes as a lone ranger. That's that trust thing, not being able to trust somebody. It's like, never mind, I'll just do it myself. And when that happens, a lot of stuff falls away. So trusting people or not being afraid that someone's going to let me down and let them in my sphere so that I can operate differently. Writing stuff down. I like what Kai said about, journaling, regardless of what it is, writing it down. writing the vision and writing down the vision pretty much. So, and yeah.
I love it. I think that, so what I do know for sure is that, and if you guys, anybody wants to join us and you want to pull a card, you're more than welcome to do that. I'll put the link back up there. But what I do know for sure is that all of us are on a journey, and all of us are in different places in our journey, and we never get to a place where we arrive. So even, we all go through things all the time. It's just a matter of the levels of the things that we go through. 2020, 2021 have been, really hard years for me personally. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going in the right direction. You still got to push. You still got to, work hard, jump high, move forward, do all the things that you have to do, no matter what goes on around you. And so these things right here, they just kind of help you to bring awareness, because, when Kyle said, I'm always in my head. I'm always in my head.
now.
Yeah, it's true, because a lot of times we can get so wrapped up here that we fail to execute and we fail to move. And it stifles us from being able to do what we are supposed to do, because we're thinking about, what am I thinking about? What is this person going to say? How am I going to do this? What am I going to say to her? How am I going to, all of those things. And it stops us from being able to move. But if we could just execute, just trust the process, trust that God's got us, trust that we don't know all the answers, trust that we are not in control. I'm not in control. Even when I thought I was in control, I was not in control. Right. And so God had a way of showing me, hey, you ain't in control. And so guess what you're going to have to do? What? Trust me. And so I know it was nothing but God that has gotten me as far as he's gotten me. And then at some point I was like, okay, God, I got this. Move out the way. I got the wheel. And he had to be like, if you ever took a driving training class, when they had the brake over there in the passenger seat, you guys ever took the behind the wheel?
Mm-hmm.
And they stomped on that brake over there? No.
Not in control.
Get your ass up. My turn. And so sometimes we just have to be reminded, but it doesn't stop the process. So I want to encourage everybody. And, this is a great exercise for you to do with your girlfriends. Tanya said, when I got married, I gave my life to God. I lost all my girlfriends. They don't talk to me at all because I guess I gave my life to the Lord. Olivia said, I don't have any girlfriends, but I do have God. Girlfriends are good too. Friends are good too. There's nothing wrong with having friends. But I just want to encourage you guys to just be a little bit more introspective. Think about the things that you can do and what will be the possibilities if you let go and you allow things to happen the way they need to. So if I trusted that everything is unfolding perfectly, then a lot of my stress, like a couple of weeks ago, I went to the dentist, right, to get a teeth cleaning. But they were going to give me a mouth guard because my jaw was like hurting. Well, why is my jaw hurting? Because I'm clenching my teeth and when I sleep. Well, why am I clenching my teeth when I'm sleeping? Well, because I'm stressed, right? Well, if I trusted that everything is unfolding perfectly, then that will give me peace. The stress will go away and I will be able to walk and not have to worry about that. So everything is a cause and effect, but I know that everything is unfolding perfectly. For Kyle, she's trusted that you're safe and you're guided. Right?
Yeah. I gotta trust that.
You gotta trust that you're safe and you're guided.
Mm-hmm.
And then Glenda, what was yours?
If I paid attention to the lesson at this very moment, what will be possible for me?
So do you know what the lesson of this very moment is?
No, but as you were talking, I was thinking about last week or the week before when I went home and I got the news about me having to move.
Mm-hmm.
And I came back to the office and I called you. I was like, everything's bad happening to me. And so I called. Constance was like, no, it's just what God is working. God is moving. So I was looking for sympathy. I called Charles. I'm like, no, I called Charles while he was at the office. And I'm like, Charles, this is happening. He's like, okay, yeah, it's about that time. God is moving. And then I called my daughter, Jasmine. She was like, oh, thank God it's coming. So I know that there's, we talked about it before that things were going to start moving. There was going to be a shift. And I know that if I listen to what's happening at this moment, I would be a lot more calmer and I'd be able to move forward in certain things in my life too.
So when you're not getting approved for those places, then what does that mean?
That I need to be patient and let God do what He gonna do.
That they're not for you.
Yeah.
So he's just basically, you got this path and you like going this way. He's like, nope, boom, not that way. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. And he's like, boom, not that way. Because it's over there, right? And then he's like, you like, no, I'm going. And he's like, boom, nope. And he's like, what? Boom. What your destination is right there. And he's trying to get you there. But you know, he has to just close these doors. Let me close that door. 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 Because I want you to ultimately get here.
Because He knew I wasn't gonna do it and without Him.
It's for your good.
Yeah.
And if just to give you a little bit of background information about Glenda lost her husband not even a year ago. Was October?
August.
Ooh, 2 months. So in 2 months it'll be a year. So one of the things, even before he died, Glenda was like, I don't want to be in this house no more. I want to move. And he was like, no, I love this house. I love this house. I love this house. She never moved. And then he died in the house. And you know, Glenda knows that she probably needs to do some things to, you know, to kind of heal. And that's leaving the house, but she would never have done it on her own. And so God had to make her move. They are selling the place. She has to move. And it's happening.
It's happening.
And we've been talking about this big shift that's getting ready to come, and it's all good stuff. And you keep saying, Constance, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Well, because you don't have control. But dang, what's going to be on the other side is going to be so amazing.
You know, it's so crazy because I was listening to even Michael Todd this morning. He's a minister. And he was saying how Joseph, no, he said, let's take it back. Joseph had you know, you were talking about what's going to happen. We see what's going to happen. He had the coat of many colors, and he was promised all of this. You're going to be over your your father. But if God said, yeah, you're going to get all this, but you have to go to jail. But you have to, Potiphar's wife was going to lie to you. Then you were going, you know what I mean? He would have been like, nah, I'm good.
I'm cool. Let me stay right here where I am.
Don't use me.
My daddy loves me.
Right. I don't want to be you.
Yeah.
But
Don't
he-
always say that.
yeah.
Don't use me.
Right.
And he can't tell us the process because we would never go through Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. If they even said, you got to stay in the fire. They would have been like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and eat. I'm gonna go and stick with the king. He's gonna fatten us up. But no, they went through that and they came out on the other side. But we don't want to. It's the patience and trust that process. We have to stop looking at what we're going through and saying, you know what, I have a promise on the other side.
I have
You
a
know.
promise on the other side. Trust the process.
Every day, every second, every moment, we need to say that. Not just, oh, trust the process and then a month later. No, it's a moment by moment.
Yeah.
Trusting the process.
I always tell Glenda, either you're gonna pray, you're gonna worry. You can't do both.
Cannot do both.
You can't do both. So what you gonna do? You gonna pray, you gonna worry.
You tell me that too.
Either you gonna pray or you gonna worry, but you can't do both. So
Yeah.
pick one. Now, if you're gonna worry, don't worry me. Don't call me, bother me, because I'm praying.
Mhm.
But it's real. So thank you guys for that. Thank you, Bert, for saying trust the process, because that is a very, I gotta go over here and do that. That's a very real, it's a very real thing. And so I'm so glad we had this conversation again at our retreats. I'm having a retreat in Costa Rica coming up June. What do we do? When is it? June 22nd or something like that?
June 23rd through the 27th.
And we do exercises
That's
like
in
this 2022. And the cool thing is you got time to make payments to pay for it, because not only it's going to be about transformation, but it's going to be about changing your thought process around your wealth and your legacy. And like, say, you know, you don't know, like my baby, she actually got a student loan, right?
I do.
4 years of Hampton University. And had I not paid and did all this stuff, we would have had $160,000 in student loans. How much is your student loan debt right now?
How much is that? 30?
30
40?
No, it's $30,000.
It's
your
30.
student loan debt,
That's
right?
not-
Yeah, because you only pay because you didn't pay. You paid the first 2 years, and then the last 2, you was like, you on your own, Kyle.
Well, then we got our, but the thing, the reason why I said that is because if you want to be in a position where you don't have to worry about paying for your child's education, or you don't know where your next meal is going to come from, or you want to create a legacy for your children's, and I want to teach you how to do that at our retreat, at the Weekend of Wealth retreat, which is going to be in Costa Rica. And they say Costa Rica is magical. It's all about healing. So just so you can see what that dope mansion looks like that we. So you guys go to weekendtowealth.com and check it out. And sign up for the workshop or the retreat. It's going to be amazing. These ladies are going to be there, but it's going to be life-changing and transformational.
You're gonna pay for me?
Yes.
Look at her.
Take care and God
Yes.
bless you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. We love you. We thank you for joining in.